All right. Now I can see everything. All right, folks. Charlie Burrito can't stay long. Well, however long you can stay with us, we're happy to have you here. I hope that you have a great New Year's Eve, that you have an opportunity to celebrate and reflect, maybe spend some time with people that you like to spend some time with, that type of thing. I know, you know, it's been quite a year, right? Yeah, 6 o'clock comes around pretty quick. Yeah, it's already here. All right, so we got a couple minutes in. I guess we can get ready to get started with a little bit of a check-in. Berlin is here. What's up, Berlin? It's good to see you this morning. Thank you so much for the like. I appreciate it. Berlin's still at work, still taking care of that business. Hopefully you'll be able to get off soon and maybe enjoy. I don't know what your schedule is for the New Year's holiday. Hopefully you'll be able to enjoy some of that. All right, we're going to get ready to start doing a check-in. Let me see what we got here. It's all good, Charlie. It'd be like that sometime. Be like that sometimes. Berlin, thank you so much for the like. I appreciate it. So we're going to start with our classic check-in of how you feel. Right now, I feel blank, and you can put that on a scale of 1 to 10. Let us know how you're feeling right now. I'll open up the request box if you want to answer in a little bit more detail. So let us know how you're feeling. And I think I've been careful. I used to say how like I am. And a lot of times the answers that we got from the I am questions was a lot of feelings. And we experience our feelings, but we are not our feelings. So we don't necessarily need to over identify with what we are experiencing in the moment. But, it's useful to recognize it. Kaloli is here. Welcome in, Kaloli. It's good to see you this morning. Kaloli's been a road warrior here for the last little bit. Pardon me here. Let me see. What do I got? I'm getting a little bit of behind the scenes footage for YouTube. So I have my camera kind of pointing at my setup. I try to get an over the shoulder situation so people can kind of see what it looks like while I'm streaming. I'm not going to run it long, but maybe just a little bit of footage to cut in. I know I promised that once I hit the 50 sub mark, I would produce another video on the channel outside of the stream. So that's what this is right now. I'm filming that right now. Noble Ancient is here. Welcome in. Thank you so much for joining us, Noble. I hope that you're doing well. Good morning, Alexis. As you're coming in, let us know how you are feeling. Right now, I feel blank. And to give us a sense of magnitude, let us know on a scale of 1 to 10 what that looks like for you. Everybody, please remember to breathe. Take a few calming breaths. I did myself the huge favor of adding another little wrinkle to the situation over here. So I need to take a couple calming breaths myself. All right, we're going to get started. Let's see what we have here. So Charlie the Burrito says that right now, maybe 7 out of 10, just woke up and I'm ready to start my day. Well, Charlie, I'm grateful that you decided to start the day with us. Um, and I hope it'll be a good day, a representative day for like what's been going on for you this year, or maybe an aspirational day, one that you might want to repeat. Vida Hermosa is here. Welcome in. It's good to see you. I hope you are feeling a little bit better. I know that you've been fighting. Um, I hope that you and your daughter are both recovering well. It's great to see you this morning. So, Noble says, right now I feel relaxed and in a better mood. 9 out of 10. So, being relaxed and in a better mood. That's awesome. It's good to be relaxed. It's good to have some, even when things are difficult, even when you're going through a, a serious situation, having stress on top of that is probably not the best way to ensure that you're going to get the outcomes that you're looking for. So being able to relax or feel relaxed is a great way to kind of face the difficulties that you might be facing, or to just luxuriate in the blessings that you're enjoying. Either way is fine. So I'm glad that you are in that state. Noble has given us an update. He says, I got my table of contents for the first of the core rulebooks done. All right. I know that was a task that you had on your schedule. Um, so congratulations on getting that done. Shout out to you and the progress that you're making. So Vida Hermosa says, yesterday was tough, feeling better today. Daughter is good. That's great news. I'm glad to hear that you are hopefully on the other side of this, you know. Kaloli, thank you for the like, Vida Hermosa. Thank you so much for the likes, folks. It really helps us be seen. I appreciate that. So we have Blanjou. It says, I'm 8 out of 10 because I'm sick, but at least New Year starts tomorrow. So you're excited, even though you're carrying a little bit of illness, you are excited that the new year is coming. So that's cool. I don't know. Are there some traditions? Are there some traditions and things like that that you tend to observe? Misky, welcome in. It's good to see you this morning. All right. So next up, right now we feel, Alexis is sharing that I feel relieved, 8 out of 10. Finally got the right meds to stop coughing, and sick, 9 out of 10, but actually got some sleep. So that's good. I'm glad that you were able to get some rest. That's key, you know. Misky says, hopefully 2022. That's an interesting prognostication. Hopefully 2022 will be the year G will get married to the love of his life. Oh man, wouldn't that be something? I guess I got to find that person first. That's kind of an ambitious aim since I don't know who that person is. It's a lot to ask to find someone and jump into that, but you never know. So someone, Alexis is mentioning their New Year's routine to drink eggnog a minute before and a minute after midnight to ensure a full and sweet year. Oh man. So Vita Hermosa is raising her hand. Kaloli, right now I'm 7 out of 10, a bit sick, but happy to be around your family. That's awesome. That's awesome. So someone anonymously shared that right now they are feeling lethargic. Lethargic. Yeah, just kind of bleh. Don't feel necessarily the type of energy and oomph. Glad to have you here. YT Drubs has joined us over on Twitch. Hello, mate. Nice to have you here this morning. Welcome to the Morning Journal. Let us know on a scale of 1 to 10 what you are feeling right now. I'd love to know how you are showing up for this beautiful experience, the last Morning Journal of 2021. So Berlin, DTW TV says, I'm too H right now. I don't know what H is. I don't know if that was a typo. I don't know what you mean by H. Yeah, let me know. Okay. All right. Well, you at work. Hopefully you're not that, because you told me you were at work. Unless you have the type of job where that's not a problem. So Vita Hermosa says, I've been feeling short of breath off and on as of last night. Ready for this to be over, however. Thankful I am still alive. Ready for this to be over. However, I'm thankful I'm still alive. Absolutely. So to clarify, Berlin says, I'm not high. I don't smoke. Well, just in case you weren't aware, Berlin, there are other ways to be high other than smoking. There are other ways to get it in your body, whatever it happens to be. But hey, I'm not accusing you of being on a substance. We're just a little bit confused by what H means. Let us know. Vamp Nando has entered the chat. Welcome in, Vamp. Good to have you here this morning. We're just kind of getting started. So YT Drubs says that I'm feeling stressed. Man, what has you so stressed out? What's the source? Is it I wonder if there's something specific happening in your life, in your experience, that has stress, or is it just the everyday grind of dealing with all the things that you have to deal with? There are lots of different ways. It's almost inevitable to experience some stress. I guess it's a matter of, you're going to experience it, but what are you going to do with it? How are you going to alleviate it so that you can move forward and take action? So yeah, YT Drub says, it's just that everyday grind has got me stressed. Yeah, it doesn't stop, right? It's relentless. The days keep coming and we have to figure out exactly what we're going to do with it. One of the most available means for us to deal with the stress of the everyday grind is just pretty simple. It's like, and it doesn't work 100% of the time, but it's worth giving it a shot. Just taking a couple deep, relaxing breaths. And then we can, maybe see things a little more clearly and maybe, relieve that sense of emergency. Berlin is like, y'all are bumming me out, man. This is supposed to be New Year. Y'all supposed to be happy. It's okay. It's early in the morning. People got stuff on their mind. It's okay to feel however you feel. Hopefully when as this experience moves forward, you can we can turn things around for you. Maybe you'll feel a little bit better, a little bit clearer, a little bit able to deal with what you have going on through the conversation that we're going to be having here. So speaking of that, let's get into it. If you are ready, go ahead and drop me a heart in the chat and we can get into the next prompt, the next thing that we're going to do in this last session. I mean, it's amazing. December 31st. All right. All right. Here we go. So let's take a look, a positive look at this week, if we don't mind. Let's give it a, um, let's look back over the last couple days. And it might have been a rough couple days, or it could have been whatever it was. Um, but let me know what the best thing that happened to me this week. What's the best thing that happened to you this week? Good morning, Swaggy. Thank you for joining us. So happy to have you here. Noble, thank you so much for the like. I appreciate you. So let me open up. Kaloli's about to head out. Good night, Kaloli. I'm glad that you were able to pop through for a while. It's always great to have you here. It could have been a pretty rough week, but the least bad. It might not be great, but the least bad thing that happened. So the best thing that happened to me this week. Let me think for a second. If I had to choose something, what comes up right away? Probably just playing games with my mom. I'm still down in North Carolina. We had a lot of fun just kind of playing and just kind of hanging out. Christmas was cool because I got to see a lot of family. So yeah, I mean, I would say overall it's been a pretty good week for me. So for YT Drubs over on Twitch, the best thing was that I got V-Bucks for my birthday. Oh, so you had a birthday recently. Well, happy belated birthday. I guess it's Capricorn season? Let me know. My birthday was a couple weeks ago. Um, so mm, oh, YT Drubs kids. It's all right. So Vita Hermosa says the best thing that happened this week for me was my X-ray came back with clear lungs. I love that. Yeah. X-ray came back with clear lungs. I'm glad to hear that. VT Drub says I don't play Fortnite. No. Yeah, I mean, ain't no shame if you do, Ain't nothing wrong with being able to spice up your emotes. Lungs in the chat. I think we have. Is it there lungs emojis? I think there are lungs emojis in there. Drop lungs emojis for Vita Hermosa. Um, Clear lungs is a great thing, especially when you're dealing with what you've been dealing with. Good sign that you're on the other side of things. Noble Ancient says the best thing that happened to me this week was last night with finally knocking out the core rulebook's table of contents and getting my appointment set up to match. Yeah, doesn't it feel good to make progress on something that matters to you? Hold on to that feeling, because when you recognize how good it feels on the other side, it's a great thing to reference when you feel hesitant to get started. So yeah, that's awesome. So Vito Hermosa has had pneumonia 3 times and asthma. So you were really concerned. I'm glad. I'm glad that that it is where it is for you right now. That's great news. So for Alexis, is hanging out with Noble for almost 2 weeks straight, even if I was slash am sick. So having that uninterrupted time over the holiday and vacation to spend with Noble. Yeah, that's awesome. Sometimes we need, you know, anytime that you can get with a person that you care about is good, but the quality of it changes when you can get a nice stretch of it. You don't feel rushed and pressured, and you can be fully present with each other. And then, of course, at some point, it's like, okay, now you need to go somewhere and do something because, okay, go to work, go somewhere because I'm tired of your face. Oh, man. So YT Drub says this stream is really relaxed. I'm enjoying it. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Thank you so much for being here. I'm glad that you found us, however you found us. We do this every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. Eastern time. I'm not sure where you are in the world, YT Drubs, but we love to have you as a part of the conversation here. Oh, so you're over in Europe. So yeah, this is kind of midday for you. That's cool. All right, let's see what else we have here. The best thing that happened this week. Some of us are struggling to find that best thing. I guess for me, I guess the second best outside of course, the biggest thing is just having an opportunity to spend some time at home with the family. And I'm going to end up staying a little bit longer before I go back. But, it's been cool to be able to meet some folks over on Twitch. That's a platform where I haven't really, I've been streaming. I haven't been streaming long over there, and I don't really have like a following. But it's cool that some folks finding the stream, and I was able to say hi to a bunch of folks yesterday for the first time. So just to see that, the audience is growing and people are benefiting from the experience, it's really cool. All right, if we're ready, we can get ready to go to the next prompt. If you're ready for it, go ahead and drop me a heart in the chat, and we can get ready to do that. If you're ready for the next prompt. So YT Drub says you had the best thing was Christmas. You had a great Christmas. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, let's get into the next prompt. I think for me, it makes sense to me that as we get ready to close down 2021, a great thing to do is to kind of show our appreciation. So think about someone or some situation. You can personify something that taught you something. It might not be a specific person, but let us know. A 2-sentence thank you note to someone you appreciate. I'm going to open up the request box. It can be 1 or 2 sentences, but I think showing gratitude in general for our life is great, but showing appreciation to people is even more powerful because there are a lot of folks who don't realize how much they mean to you. And just a short thank you, a short and sincere thank you can be a really powerful way to turn someone's experience around. You never know what that might do for someone. So let me open up the request box. Short appreciation for short note of appreciation. Good morning, Val. Nice to have you here. Fernando, thanks for joining us this morning. Let us know, what would you like to say to someone you appreciate? Now, a quick note, sometimes these are personal and you don't necessarily want to share with everyone. We'll just give you space to maybe do it privately to yourself. Maybe just send a text message or a direct message to someone, you know? You don't have to share it with us. It's even better if you share it with them. But if you would like to share, please feel free to let us know and kind of put it in the universe, your gratitude that you feel for other people who've meant something to you. So Vita Hermosa says, thank you, Dad, for buying me tea and taking care of me. I love you. Yeah, it's amazing how big of a difference it makes when there's someone to care for you when you need it. And I hope that you've had the opportunity to express that gratitude directly to him. So YT Drubs has mentioned over here that the person that they would want to send the note to would be their mom before she passed away. So I'm wondering, what would you say? And I think that that's one of the things that's important to keep in mind. A lot of times the people who we appreciate won't always be available to receive that, whether they just are no longer a part of our life and our experience and we lose touch, or ultimately, nobody's here forever. So who would you like to thank and what would you like to say? So Vita Hermosa says, when I lived on my own, I almost died from pneumonia. So yes, having someone around makes a huge difference. I always thank him and cry. Well, the tears are okay. Foxer, welcome in. Nice to have you this morning. Right now, we're just kind of thinking about people that we appreciate and thinking about what we would say as a way to say thanks. I think that's a great way to wrap up the year. So Noble says, thank you, Alexis, for all that you do. And I appreciate you as many positive reasons as I can list. You are that special. You are that special to me. Love that. Vamp Nando, welcome back. Thanks for joining us this morning. So Alexis says, thank you, G, for always being encouraging to me and others during the week. Your morning journal always helps me to refocus, learn, and grow. I appreciate you and all that you do. Thank you so much, Alexis. That really means a lot. I'm always happy to see you come in and to give us a little bit of a window into your life and experience and the generosity with which you share the things that are happening in your life and in your journey. It really it really enhances all of our experience to be able to be connected with you. So thank you for always being here and always participating with such vulnerability and honesty. It really means a lot. Vita says, wait, was it supposed to be people here? No, it doesn't have to be people in here. You did it right. You did it right. It could be for anyone, but I encourage you, if it's for someone who's not in here, this is really just kind of to get you to think about it. And if you do share it, at least also share it with them if it's possible. All right. So, I mean, one way to think about this prompt is if you were at the Oscars, right? Or at an award show and you were doing the whole thing, you know, I would like to thank my manager, you know. So Vita is craving some movie theater popcorn. I think one of the things that's powerful about specific gratitude directed as a person towards a specific person is one of the most direct ways to shift your mood, because it's hard to be grateful and angry at the same time. you know? All right. So we're 30 minutes in. So I guess it might be a great time for us to go a little bit deeper into the conversation. Welcome in, Fairy. It's good to see you. So we're going to go ahead and get into the next prompt. And I guess this one, well, what I'll do is I'll leave this one up. And for anyone who wants to continue sharing gratitude, you can do that. But I want to kind of set the scene for where the rest of the conversation might be going, for the last hour and a half of the session. So I think that we're coming down to the end of the year, and it's always, it can be a hopeful time. It's like, okay, hopefully 2022 is going to be nice to us. We can think about all the challenges, um, and all the things that we struggled with, and hoping that the next year is going to be a little bit better. But I think that one of the most powerful things that we can do is considering what we can leave behind. Um, there are a lot of things that we actively want for the year ahead, but there's also some things that maybe we can leave behind. Maybe we can travel a little bit lighter. So, how light do you travel? I know that a long time ago. I'm not going to say how many years ago. Y'all know I'm old, but a long time ago, my mom, my aunt, and uncle, and two of their friends, they visited Germany while I was stationed over there because they wanted to, they wanted to kind of see Europe, and I was there to assist them. Um, so the thing that stuck out for me was how many bags they brought so much stuff for this short trip, and it was a huge burden as we were going by train and by car to different cities, and every transition was filled with drama because they all had all of this stuff to carry. um, and how much of the stuff that we carry are things that we actually need? What can we afford to let go of as we go into next year? So I guess the rest of the conversation will be talking about that. But before we get into the conversation on that, I want to acknowledge, I see in the chat that Ferry came in and mentioned that they lost a family member yesterday, or lost a family member and just found out about that. Well, we're sorry. I'm definitely sorry for your loss. Um, that's that's a difficult thing to deal with. We've had in the community here, that's something that we've experienced a few times over the course of our 175 sessions. But I hope that you and your family are, you and the family that you have with you are, able to band together and comfort each other. You know, all right. So let's get ready to. If we are ready, I'll go ahead and we'll get into the next piece of the conversation. Again, this is about some things that we are willing to let go as we go endeavor into the new year. And sorry, you can't come. Um, that's sort of the way that we're setting up our responses. Think about the things that you don't want to include in your experience going forward. Some things that you can afford to finally let go. Some things that might be crowding you out. So sorry you can't come. I'm opening up the request box. So, okay, let me see here. I want to say to the folks who are listening in over on or who are watching, um, I know that there's some pauses, some quiet moments as we consider these questions. If at any point, I think what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to try to make it work well, is I'm going to be adding chapters to these live streams on YouTube specifically. You can watch the replays, and I'll try to like timestamp all the prompts so that you can go back and listen again or take note of them again. And I'll put the name of the prompts actually in the description of the YouTube videos. And that might be a great way to kind of revisit the conversations that we've had. I know yesterday someone was asking, hey, where can I get my hand on these prompts? Because I really enjoy, I want the opportunity to sit down and really think things through. And I think the most relevant way to do that is to kind of timestamp these videos, and then you can go back and review the prompt and the commentary around it, and then kind of take your time and work through it. So Jehovah Thickness is here. Welcome in, Britt. It's good to see you this morning. The prompt we're working with right now is sorry you can't come. We're talking about the things that we intend to leave behind as we move forward into the new year. Thank you so much, Val, for the like. I appreciate it. So Noble Ancient is sharing what he would like to leave behind. Sorry you can't come. Destructive energy, negativity, disruptive thoughts, and letting small things get to me with frustration. I have to become better as I grow my skills and relationship with Alexis. So let's leave the destructive energy in the rearview mirror. Charlie the burrito is back. Welcome back, Charlie. Alexis says, sorry you can't come, sickness and ill health. 2022 is my year of claiming health and wellness for me. Going to claim some health and wellness. So leave the sickness and ill health. So Jehovah Thickness says, sorry you can't come, toxic family members, fake friends. And that's it. I need to leave these fake friends behind me. Aunt Capone is in the house. What's up, Aunt Capone? It's good to see you this morning. Kalina is here, folks. Welcome in, Kalina. Let us know, what are you leaving behind? So Fairy says that, sorry you can't come. I'm leaving behind my exes and some friends, and I'm not letting people bring me down anymore. I'm not letting people bring me down anymore. Fake friends. Is that what I said? I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. So Make Out Hill is here. Welcome in, Make Out Hill. All right. Fake friends. All right. Sorry, you can't come, ex-boyfriend. Chaos, disrespect, boundary crossing, peace interrupters, unalignments. I think misalignments is the word, but rock on. Unwanted thoughts, negativity, just all that trash. Foxer, welcome back. So Britt we're gonna be, we gotta, we might have some other folks listening in. Britt is at work, probably playing out loud for everybody to hear. So what's up, y'all? Everybody over there. It's like, don't call me out. Sheesh. Um, Sigma, welcome back. Welcome in. Nice to have you this morning. The prompt we're working with is sorry you can't come. And over on YouTube. And Capone is saying all these bad feelings. You can't come with me. You can't come with me. I'm just gonna leave you right here in 2021. Kalina, thank you so much for the like. I appreciate it. So Kalina says, because you and them ain't my friends no more. I get mad about fake friends. So what is this? What is this? It seems like a trend. How did y'all manage to get all these fake people in your life? Everybody's got these phonies around them. People reveal themselves to not be who you thought they were. Man, Judge Wise. I guess it's, um, you know, people reveal themselves over time. Hopefully, that this year will be the opportunity and the time for you to attract the type of relationships, the type of authentic connections that make your life better. Berlin says, yo, I'm too sleepy to participate in this live today. It's all good, Berlin. Listening in is cool. Hopefully you get to the end of your shift. All right. So here's to everyone developing a really good radar, a really good sense of boundaries. Speaking of boundaries, if you are on Spoon, you can check out Val's latest podcast. So Val UP released a podcast yesterday about boundaries and all the ways that we betray ourselves, all the ways that we don't necessarily create and hold the standards that we deserve and require to have healthy relationships. So a lot of great insights. So go ahead and check that out and give it a listen. So check out, Value P. If you're not following Value P, make sure you check out that latest podcast. All right. And thinking about the things that we want to leave behind, I guess there is also a flip side of that. As after we shed, we want to take a look at sort of the things that we want to include or have more of as well. But we got Sigma sharing from, sorry, you can't come, weakness and excuses. Stay away, don't come back another day. Like get gone and stay gone. Yeah, no more excuses. Yeah, as I was saying, we're gonna, on the flip side of the things we want to leave behind are the things that we want to have more of. So the next part of the conversation, if we're ready to go into it, is going to be kind of dealing with that side of the equation. So if you are ready to go to the next prompt, go ahead and drop a heart in the chat. All right, here we go. So let's start claiming some joy or considering the possibility of joy with the next prompt, next question, which is not, from a design standpoint, is not in a great place to make it easy to read. So I will read it out loud. Let me reset the request box. So the question is, what would bring more joy into your daily life? That's what we're thinking about right now. What would bring more joy into your daily life? So we know what we don't want to bring. And it's interesting to think about the opportunities and possibilities that lie ahead of us in a year. But I think that it is important to realize that our life and our experience is made up mostly of the things that we experience on a day-to-day basis. So let's take that into consideration. We don't have to worry about challenges and struggles showing up this year coming ahead, because that's going to happen. That's just kind of the nature. That's how life works. There's going to be challenges and struggles from time to time. But if we are intentional, then maybe we can create the conditions where we can experience more joy in our daily life. And maybe we can prioritize experiencing more joy. So, what would be some things that would bring more joy into your daily life? We have to go out and seek it. I think a lot of times, when we're in the middle of whatever struggles are going on, we are not. Sometimes we don't even feel like joy is possible. Maybe we don't feel like joy is appropriate. When things are bad, sometimes we don't think that we deserve to experience joy until we deal with whatever it is that we're dealing with. Maybe we have a lot of obligations and things that are weighing us down and stressing us down. And we think that we need to deal with this before we can experience any joy and happiness. So we just push it off. But the thing about that is the experience of joy on a daily basis is what gives you the strength and the courage and the motivation to deal with the challenges. So if you deprive yourself of the joy, you also are depriving yourself of the energy that's required to actually move forward on the things that present themselves to you as a challenge. So Brittany Lucas is here. Welcome in. Thanks for joining us. Let us know what would bring more joy into your daily life. So for Vida Hermosa, helping others and making others happy. So finding joy through service. If you can sincerely and openly kind of connect with others and gain something from that without expectation of anything in return, without any resentment, if it's coming from a pure heart, then that can definitely be a source of joy. Sigma, thank you so much for the like. I appreciate it. All right. So for Fairy, a source of joy is your boyfriend and maybe moving to a different state and also getting some a medication to help you manage your anxiety. So if you need some care and then finding the care that you need, that's yeah. There's no reason to feel embarrassed about your response there. I think recognizing what you need and being willing to express it is very important. And I'm glad that you chose to share that here. So we got two Brits in the chat. So we're gonna have to not get confused. Okay, Sigma says that more joy would come from more patience. More patience will keep me from letting other emotions pull triggers I'd rather not pull. So being able to have patience and not get triggered into unproductive directions, having a little bit of a pause before you react, and that'll save a whole bunch of trouble, right? So Jehovah Thickness says, what would bring me more joy is sleep. If I could be able to create more music too, that would be a lot more enjoyable. So getting more rest and making more space for creativity would bring more joy. So all these things that you're sharing right now, these are all recipes to make the year ahead even better. So, this is all good stuff. So someone anonymously shared that knowing that you can keep a fox as a pet. Can you though? I don't know. Foxes as pets, that might be a little treacherous. But I don't know. How many foxes have you encountered like in the wild? Like how many foxes have you actually come across in real life? So Noble Ancient shares that what would bring me more joy in my 24 are things like getting more games done and I can start new ideas into motion and spending quality time with Alexis and Harley at more times. Those things can bring you more joy. Bugs Bunny is here. Welcome in, Bugs Bunny. Thanks for joining us. Let us know what would bring more joy into your daily life as we, close out the year. Maybe we can try to make our days better. If we can make our days better, then that sort of compounds over time. Vita says money. Yeah. So Alexis says, last night I had a hard pill to swallow. I've struggled with weight, and last night my focus changed from lose weight to be healthy. My joy would come from being healthy, both physically and mentally. That's a great perspective shift. Identify as a person who makes healthy choices, and then everything else emanates from that shift. So I'm noticing that folks are here looking for ways to connect. Um, and I think a lot of you are already in the Writers Room Discord. So if you are in the Writers Room Discord, it's very easy for you to connect with each other. Just go through the Writers Room and look for each other there. So Brittany Lucas says, what would bring more joy into my daily life? My own space. All right. Yeah, I can dig that. So good morning. Delilah is here. Cousin Delilah, welcome in. Hope that you're doing well today. We're talking about the things that could bring more joy into our daily life. And for Brittany, that is getting your own space. Everybody's time to put some green hearts in the chat. My mom is up and online now. Also, give her some congratulations on her 3-1, 3-1 victory in Skip-Bo over me yesterday. She managed to end the day with a winning record, and I think that she might have sent out a press release or something to let everybody know that she won. I don't know. You might have already heard. It might have been crawling on the screen on the bottom of the news. You know. So congrats on that. All right. Okay. So here we are. Sigma's like, how do you do a green heart? Well, some folks have green hearts among the emojis available in their phone. So, all right. Are we ready to go into the next prompt? Let me know. Go ahead and any color heart in the chat is fine to let me know you're ready to go on to the next prompt. All right. So this one is one that we've talked about before as well. Let me reset the request box and give you a little bit of context for this one. So this one says, attention is the most basic form of love. What are you paying attention to? So I think that our experience of life isn't about everything that happens, because we aren't aware of everything that happens. There's more things happening at every given moment than we could possibly know. Our understanding of life and our experience of life is really built on what we've paying attention to. So, and you have the option, you have the choice of where you're going to direct your attention. And where you direct your attention is going to have a huge impact on the quality of your life. So look at what you are paying attention to. I'm going to open up a new request box so that you can let us know, what are you paying attention to? Also, as I do that, hey, cousin Daryl is listening in. It's good to see you, Daryl. Hope that things are going well for you. What are you paying attention to? Our attention is a very valuable commodity. Billions of dollars are being spent for a slice of our attention. And all kinds of research and, everything has been done to monetize and aggregate our attention. It's the most valuable commodity in the world. But we don't necessarily, we don't have to surrender our attention to anything. We get to choose. And the quality of our experience is a function of the way that we direct our attention. And some of us have very short attention spans now. We're always jumping around from thing to thing, and we never know where to look. And as a result, we're stressed and confused. But, at any given moment, you have a choice to redirect your attention to a place that's safer and clearer. Like one of the most effective things to do is just to redirect your attention to the present moment. Because I think a lot of the things that have us feeling anxious and depressed have nothing to do with the present moment right now. A lot of it is time traveling. We're depressed because of something that happened that we feel regrets over, that we can't even change, but we still feel some type of way. Or we're worried. We're worried about something that's out in the future where we are predicting what we think is going to happen, and we are out of our bodies living in a future that probably will never come. Or if it does come, it doesn't come the way that we expect. Nevertheless, that's where our attention is, and we are sitting trembling, unable to act. So let's take a look at what it is that we are paying our attention to, and then maybe think about how you might want to change that going forward. What is something that you want to attend to as we move forward into the new year? So Fairy says, I am attending to happiness and love. Attending to happiness and love. And what does that mean? What does that mean for you? I think to say that we want to be happy, most people would agree with that statement. Tree is here. Welcome in, Tree. It's good to see you this morning. Most people would say that they would want happiness. What is it that means? What does that mean to you? And I think sometimes the diabolical thing is our sense of what makes us happy even is hijacked by all the things that are pulling at our attention. So we don't even know what would make us happy. We're constantly being fed new things, fed new answers to that question from outside when the true answer only comes from inside. So Warrior is here. Welcome in, Warrior. It's good to see you. I hope that you're feeling well today. All right, let's see what we have here. Someone anonymously says, I pay attention to the cake. Well, I pay attention to the cake, juicy cake. I hear you. Well, you got to be careful. um, Cake is okay from time to time, but I don't know if I want to build a life around cake. So Aunt Capone is paying attention to patience. So recognizing your tendency to kind of rush things and say, okay, let me fall back. Let me play the longer game. All right, now what do you got here? So Alexis, very specifically, Harley, who's listening now. Hi, Harley. Welcome in. Glad that you are joining us this morning. Everyone put bunny rabbits in the chat for Harley. Also paying attention to self-care and working at making healthier choices, both by being more mindful in my experiences and by making a point to eat better. Great, great places to direct your attention. Yeah, it's important to notice, right? I think when we notice the right thing, because that's another way to talk about attention is what is it that you're noticing? So Daryl is sharing from over on Facebook. Daryl says, I pay attention to the things I accomplish on a daily basis. Yeah, it's a day by day journey. I know Noble talks about his 24. You exist in that day tight container and just focus on the day. What is the task at hand? What can I get done today that's going to make tomorrow a little better? Avoiding that time travel, just being present and doing what you got to do for today. That's really all we need to do. So Double Fisted Hot Dog is here. Welcome in. Hot Dog, let us know, what are you paying attention to? What are you paying attention to right now? Sigma is sharing that my attention will be on what brings strength and clarity to me that I can use to benefit others. So I'm attending to what brings strength and clarity to me that you can use to benefit others. I think that it's really important to recognize our need for contribution. A lot of times when we are working towards a goal or we're trying to create an experience, it can be pretty self-centered. But I think that selfish goals and selfish growth can sometimes become toxic. I think that focusing on I am growing, I am becoming, and I am going to be of service. And by doing so, you're kind of creating a flow and you're kind of creating a cycle of giving and receiving. So I like the fact that you are taking into consideration the way that you can make a contribution and make other people's lives better with the gifts that you are cultivating and the clarity that you have. Minnie is here. Welcome in, Minnie. Thanks for joining us. So Noble Ancient says, I'm a multitasker and can accurately and actively pay attention to more than one thing, including Alexis, Harley, the Grand G, and my own brainstorms too, all positive. All right. So Noble has a unique experience where all these things are kind of sitting in his purview. Vita Hermosa is paying attention to my overall health, kids, and family. So your attention is at home, at home in your body and at home with the people who are closest to you. Love that. Brittany Lucas, your attention is on reincarnating in a healthier environment next lifetime. So you have an extreme future focus. I hope that you haven't phoned in this one because you're still here now. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of things that you have to experience while you're here. I hope that you haven't given up on this one. Because I know just from your being here and the insights that you have here, that you do have a lot to contribute and you have a lot of valuable lessons to share. So Yeah, gentle goddess. Welcome in, Leo the friend. Thanks for joining us this morning. We're talking about attention and what we are paying attention to. Attention is the most basic form of love. So what are you paying attention to? So Tree says that I pay attention to how I may affect someone based on my actions and words. So you are aware, sensitive to the way that we are all connected, and that you know that your words and your actions don't only impact you, they also impact others. So that is a very responsible way to exist. That's a very mature way to exist, when you recognize that the things that you do they have an impact on other people. So you have to be aware of that. That's a very mature perspective. What are you paying attention to is the question of the moment. And this feels like a pretty good time. As we're considering this, it's probably a good time. We're over the half hour, over the hour mark. So I want to take a second to plug a few things and promote a few things that are going on. If you want to continue with this prompt, the box is still open. But let me just take a second to recognize and let you know what's going on, both here with me and also in other places with other content creators that I feel like you might want to check out. So let me pull up my notes here and pull up my sound. Okay, here we go. All right. So first of all, let me say thanks to everyone who's listening currently live. We got folks listening all over the place. I'm glad that this experience is something that you have included for the last day of your year. Folks listening on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. It's really cool to have you here. One quick announcement. I noticed that one promotional announcement, and I want some clarity. The Capone show is returning tomorrow. I'm not sure what platform Ant is going to be on, where he's going to be presenting, where we can find it, but I'm sure let us know what the details are. Maybe it's going to be everywhere podcasts can be heard. I know that he was everywhere before. Maybe he'll be everywhere again. Yeah, let us know. Where can we listen to the Ant Capone show? Also, another quick promo. The Treehouse is live on YouTube. The Treehouse is available on YouTube. The first episode for your viewing pleasure is available. Make sure you just check out the link that's in Tree's bio to watch the first episode. It includes a shocking confession, and we're excited to hear and see where the Treehouse goes next. Also, let me give a quick shout out and recognition to Value P. So there is the latest podcast is about boundaries as a part of this series that Val has been doing on self-love. So make sure you check out Value P. The latest podcast is available. Quick shout out as well to DT Dub TV, Berlin from DT Dub TV. You can check out DT Dub TV on YouTube. And check out Berlin on Spoon for random discussions. Also, big shout out to Jehovah Thickness, J Thickness on Twitch. And yeah, Jehovah Thickness here on Spoon. You can catch some Minecraft gameplay, maybe some other games as well, and some out-of-pocket conversation for your listening pleasure. Also, quick shout out to Noble Ancient, who is the host of the Gamer Shop. You can catch that on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific. Also at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. On Tuesdays, you can check out Alexis with live gameplay. And then again, Alexis Automelf on Wednesdays at 9, playing ROA with Noble, and Thursdays at 7 for the weekly mental health stream. We also have Kaloli in the chat, who you can tune into for some short jams, a nice live music stream with abbreviated renditions of your pop favorites, as well as some freestyle guitar and singing. And who else we got in here? What are the content creators? Warrior is here. Warrior is a police officer and poet, and just interesting person with a very interesting life experience. So if you can follow Warrior on Spoon and catch her live, listen to some of her work that she's already published, and hear the stories of her life and experience. Great place, great person to follow. Let's see. Did I get everyone? If you are on here and you do like release content, or you have a schedule, let me know what it is. I would love to let others know about it. So with Aunt Capone, you can catch the Aunt Capone show on iHeartRadio, Audible, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Anywhere you can find a podcast, you can find the Aunt Capone show. Let me type it in the chat over here so y'all get the spelling right. Aunt Capone. Just hit the search on your favorite podcast network and you can find the Aunt Capone show. All right. I think it's 2 P's though. Let me get it right. It was 1 P in the announcement and 2 P's in his name. So let me get it right. They want to autocorrect you. It's like, that's not how you spell Capone. It's like, no, this is how I spell Capone. Leo, the friend, says, hey, G, do you remember the guy named Sealcat? I do. I do remember Sealcat. All right. All right, folks. Let's get ready to get into our next prompt. I appreciate your patience during the promos, but those are very important to me because I want to try to pay it forward to all the folks who are supportive in this experience. I'm glad that you are here for me, and I want you to win as an artist and creator here as well. So I'm going to let folks know what you got going on. All right, we're going to get ready to go to the next prompt. Welcome in, Tiberius. Thanks for joining us again. I'm glad that you made it back in. I'm sorry about the mix-up the last time that you were here. I'm glad that you came back. All right, let's get into the next one. So yeah, let's think about another one with an interesting design and situation. Okay, we're going to think about the words that define our best self. What three words define your best self? That is the question of the moment. What 3 words define your best self? And I'm going to put this in the caption so it's easier to read over on YouTube, because I think the design is not great. So what 3 words define your best self? Open up the request box. We're not always at our best. That's just the reality of the situation. We're human. We're not always going to show up in our very best state, but it's important for us to remind ourselves at our best what we are capable of. And it gives us a relevant measurement of how we might be doing in any given moment. because it's not really helpful to measure yourself against other people's accomplishments. It's not necessarily helpful to measure yourself against an ideal that's somewhere in the future. But I think it's extremely fruitful and useful to measure your current self against how you are when you are at your best. Also, to measure how far you've come. We have these moments, these peak moments we want to, bring to the forefront. When I'm at my best, this is how I show up. So Leo is inquiring about Silcat. I haven't spoken to Silcat in quite a while. I guess it's been, I don't know, maybe October since I've seen him here in the live. So Jehovah Thickness is sharing, at my best, I am awkward, funny, and smart. Awkward, funny, and smart. So I think that awkwardness, what you describe as awkwardness, is just your uniqueness. You're just owning the unique way that you show up. Noble Ancient says, at my best, I am creative, strategic, and most accurately, noble. Creative, strategic, and noble. Over on YouTube, Rita is sharing that at my best, I am praying, listening, and laughing. Also from Facebook, we have Daryl says, I'm creative, patient, and thoughtful. At my best, creative, patient, and thoughtful. Those are some really positive traits. I mean, the best that we can ask of ourselves is to live up to our best selves, because we don't have to stretch. It's not a stretch, too big of a stretch for you to be the best you can be. It might be a stretch for you to try to live up to someone else's standards and expectations. But I think that we have it in us to be the best us we can be. So Brittany says, at my best, I am encouraging, honest, and pioneering. Pioneering, that's a great word. Blazing new trails. That's awesome. So Alexis says, when I'm at my best, I am curious, playful, and stable. Curious, playful, and stable. Oh, Tree says, my best self is when I'm eating. Oh man. That's funny. I don't know. I don't think I'm at my best when I'm eating. I might feel my best while I'm eating, but then right after that, um, right after that, it's like maybe not. So Berlin is like, you're not going to show my message for the players. It's not on topic, Berlin. Plus, I haven't gone through them all yet. You can just put it in the chat if it's off topic. I might show it, but that ain't got nothing to do with what we're talking about right now, Berlin. Come on, fam. Oh man. I know it's hard to read the prompt in the background, but what we're doing is what 3 words define your best self. That's what we're talking about right now. So if you can get with that, then Tree says, considerate, personable, and fearless. When I'm at my best, I am considerate, personable, and fearless. That's a great combination. That's a great combination. So Berlin wants to hijack the conversation. Never mind what y'all are doing. Never mind, the direction and the conversation that we're having right now. Berlin says, enough of that. I'm going to take over the stream and let's just talk about something that's completely irrelevant. Because I'm Berlin and what I want to do is really all that matters, basically. So I'm going to put this up. Berlin, maybe you should go live right now. Go live right now. And anybody who wants to talk about cryptocurrency for the players, Berlin is going to maybe leave right now and start a live stream. And maybe y'all want to go talk about that. All right, Berlin, have a good day. So someone anonymously shared that at my best, my readiness, I'm over prepared. I'm a learner, quick learner, and a seeker of knowledge. Those are some great traits. Being prepared, being a quick learner, and being someone actively seeking. Leo, the friend, at my best, I am caring, friendly, and helpful. Sounds like a great person to be around, Leo, the friend. Caring, friendly, and helpful. So when we're feeling down, when we're feeling sort of unworthy, I think it's useful to reconnect and remember how we are when we are at our best, even if we can't necessarily muster that, even if that doesn't feel available for us in this very moment. It's just evidence, you know, it's evidence that you are capable. And, with a little patience, you can get back to that place. Vita says, I'm falling asleep because I never fell asleep to begin with. So till next time, thank you so much for being here, Vita Hermosa. And I hope that you stay on the mend. And hopefully when we talk to you again, you'll be feeling even better. Always appreciate your participation and presence here with us. All right. Are we ready? Let me know. If we are ready, we can get ready to go into the next prompt. Go ahead and drop me a heart in the chat. Maybe this one won't be so poorly designed that you can act so that you can actually see what I wrote. All right. So I know that it's a holiday, but it's also the weekend is coming. So let me know, what are you most excited about? What are you most excited about the weekend ahead? What has you most excited? Positive expectancies. Positive expectancy. What are we excited about for the weekend ahead? Ferry says, I just realized it was going to be the weekend, right? This is a weird week for a lot of folks. Britt says, oh my gosh, I can see the words. I know, Britt. Cool it. All right. I know. That was an experiment with that specific design. And to be honest, I didn't have a chance to redo it this morning because I set up cameras. I'll make this announcement. Do I need to reset? Yeah, let me reset the request box for y'all. I didn't have time to redo it this morning because I was setting up some behind the scenes cameras. I mentioned before that I'm going to be once I hit 50 subs, the milestone of 50 subscribers on YouTube. I was going to drop another video on the channel that's not a live stream. So I did some behind the scenes footage of me setting up for the stream so that you can kind of see what it looks like when I'm setting up, little commentary with very poor lighting and me whispering on mic because it's 4 o'clock in the morning. So after the stream, I'll wrap it up and talk about how it went. But in the process of doing all of that, I didn't do the designs. So sorry you couldn't read it, you know. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, we at 50. I'm telling you what, that YouTube channel is gonna take off this year. It is. I already see it. It's gonna be lit. And the cool thing is, man, my watch time is like, I know Berlin is really into his analytic. DTW TV is a gaming channel featuring Berlin, playing through games and kind of swearing in frustration, raging a little bit, but it's funny. If you like Berlin, if you like the commentary and the energy that Berlin brings, go ahead and follow him on YouTube, DTW TV. You can, catch him playing through some games and yeah, check him out. But Berlin was like, he had the subs, but the watch time was like, had to get the watch time up. And that's one thing, my watch time is like that. I don't have a lot of subs, but my watch time is like that because, I'm up here 2 hours and people be watching it and stuff. It's cool. I love it. I'm excited. Okay. All right. So let's see. So quick announcement, DJ Prodigy. I think this would be your last. Is this your last morning stream on Spoon? Is this like the finito? Let me know. All right. All right, here we go. What are we excited for the weekend ahead? That's the question. Alexa says, I'm looking forward to the meds working and being able to sleep without the coughing fits from my asthma flare up, waking me back up. So, waking up coughing is not the vibe. So, this weekend, you got some medicine, and that's going to make you hopefully be able to get a little bit more rest and facilitate your healing process. So, Jehovah Thickness says, I'm going to looking forward to this weekend, excited about spending it with your boyfriend and my kids, and maybe going to pop some fireworks, possibly. So Britt is excited about the second/third degree burns that's going to come from the fireworks. I love that. Oh man. Yeah, I know it doesn't feel like the weekend too much. And I'm a little bit torn as to whether I'm not um I usually do Friday night streams. I'm not sure if that's going to happen tonight or not. I said that we weren't going to do any more. Um, but we'll see. I am looking forward to watching some football today. The college football playoff is going on this afternoon, and I might sit down and watch Alabama, Cincinnati, Michigan, Georgia. I might watch a little bit of football. Okay, so Britt's not going to be responsible for the fireworks. So someone anonymously is sharing that, you know, the closer to end the year, I guess 2021 is ready to retire since it sort of feels like the worst year. Well, I mean, you don't want to throw the whole thing away though. as bad as it has been, I think one of the things that we try to do is to seek out and elevate the positive parts of our experience. So I know, it's been kind of, right? Um, but there's definitely been some lessons and some growth, most likely, that you want to take with you. So we want to train our eyes to find the blessing. I'm sorry for hitting that so hard. We want to train our eyes to find the blessing in the burden, because I think a lot of the things that benefit us the most are tangled up with the struggles that we go with. And if we throw the whole struggle away, we also throw away the growth and the learning. So if you can extract the gold out of those difficult times, then you come through the new year, the new day, as a better person. So it's important to, when we go through a tough time, to not throw the whole thing away. There's something in there for you, else you wouldn't have went through it. So I can appreciate the frustration of having to suffer through all of that, but at the same time, don't throw the whole thing away. Something in there for you. So Retha over on YouTube saying, new year, new goal, and fresh start. Coming into the weekend, coming into the new year. It's always nice to have that clean slate. So for Noble Ancient, it is to get more of my first core rulebook done. Now that I have a more definitive table of contents done, I want to get it done. But I also have an early work time, so we'll see. Yeah, I think that meaningful progress does a lot for your motivation. So you've made some meaningful progress and you got a little bit of momentum. So hopefully you'll have an opportunity to advance that momentum and you know, make even more progress on this project. Vamp Nando, welcome in. Thank you so much. So someone anonymously says, I will probably spend time with my family. And they don't even want to admit it. I guess they don't even like their family. Because they don't even want to own up to the fact that you want to spend time with those folks. Oh man. So a quick update. DJ Prodigy, who's been streaming here on Spoon, is looking at maybe expanding to some different platforms, maybe IG and Green Room as a place to share his creative gifts. All right, so we have Tree editing my second video. I'm excited for that. I'm hoping it'll come out Monday or Tuesday. I also be seeing my goddaughter to give her her late Christmas gifts. So Tree's going to be editing this weekend. Big fun. Make sure you reach out, Tree. I told you I had something for you. Reach out and I can give you like um, five, 5 or 10 minutes. I can show you a couple things. Berlin is noting G. Please beware of copyright on YouTube. Yeah. I'm steering real clear of that. I'm not using any. I'm not using anything that I didn't create. Um, so Brittany says, I'm going to sleep through the welcoming of the new year. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, why break why break character? If you would normally be asleep, why are you going to stay up? All right. All right. So Fairy says you're gonna call one of your aunts over the weekend. So reconnecting with family, something to look forward to. DJ Prodigy says I will be making people dance and enjoy the start of the new year with 3 gigs. So you got a busy weekend of gigs to work through. I hope that I know that the COVID has had an impact on your, on your live performance business. So hopefully you can keep the momentum going with that as we deal with this current wave. So Retha is kind of reiterating that point about finding the blessing out of the burden. Shout out to Che Bullock for that is Che Bullock is an executive producer on a documentary project that I worked on last year, and that is one of his key insights that he always reiterates with the people that he's working with and in conversation. There's difficult times that we go through. We don't want to throw it away. There's a blessing in it. So, all right. So it looks like we got some cool stuff to look forward to this weekend. Um, I think that there's a specific meal that we are going to have here. I think it's some peas. I think some green. I don't know if we're going to have some greens for the new year. What is it? I don't know. Do we have that? Let me know. Um, right now, a lot of folks are off work today around the house here. So it's going to be, um, you know, we getting down to the last 15 minutes of the stream. So you might get to meet more of my family as they start stirring around. You might get to hear them. And yeah, I'm just kind of excited since I decided I'm not going to travel back. I'm excited about hanging out here this weekend. All right. Are we ready? We can get ready to go to the next prompt, which might be the last prompt of the day. It depends on depends on what y'all got to say about it. Go ahead and drop a heart in the chat. We can get into it. All right. Let's see. What do we got here? All right. We're bringing it down to today. We talked about the weekend. This is the last day of the year. What are your intentions for today? What are your intentions for today? You're going to be closing the chapter on another calendar year. Is there some ritual or activity or something that you wanted to get done by the end of this year, or something that you want to do to set yourself up for positive momentum going forward? So this is it. This is yeah, let's talk about it. What are your intentions for today? Just for today. So Wham says, I got to line my clothes up for work. I got to get up early. All right. I can always tell when Friday is here, because I can tell just kind of the way I feel in my voice and in my body. And with that feeling, the likelihood that I'll be streaming again later is dipping precipitously. So here are our intentions. Making it through the rest of the shift, put on my beautiful outfit I picked out. Hey now, and eating. All right, you're gonna be eating today. You eating for at least two. So, eat good. Eat good. So Retha is looking forward to the intentions for today are going to watch night service and seeing more family today. So watch night service, for those who don't know, I'll explain it because I learned something new about it, sort of the origin of it. But watch night like a church service that starts. I think it starts at 10 o'clock tonight or something like that. This evening, and it's intended to go into the new year and kind of pray your way into the new year. Um, and I found out from my mom that it originates from the first watch night was when the Emancipation Proclamation was signed. It was to go into effect on January the 1st, I think 1863. And the purpose was for all the currently held slaves to assemble at the church to see the new year in, because going into the new year, they would be legally free. So that watch night was sort of a making sure that everyone survived into this new world of freedom. That's where it came from. So I didn't know that. I thought it was just something that I had to get up late at night and on the last night of the year, and you know, but that's where it comes from. So that's pretty cool. So Berlin is giving us spilling game on YouTube. So talking about Social Blade. Yeah, I'm up on it. So let's talk about some other intentions. So Daryl over on Facebook, start the set for my puppet shows, Brother Hankey's Adventure, and my T-shirt business. Brother Hankey's Adventure. Wow, I'd like to know more about that. Brother Hankey's Adventure. So you have a series of puppet shows, or yeah, maybe we don't have, hit me up. Let me know what that's about. Let me know what that's about. Welcome in, CL. Phantom Hop, thank you so much for being here. More intentions for today. Alexa says, I got some self-care, light cleaning. You're gonna pet the bunny and have some eggnog. So Harley is gonna get a petting, and then you're gonna toast with eggnog. Sounds like a plan. Noble says, my day's adventure intentions are to work on a gaming setting book, structure a piece of my core rule book, and then get ready for work and drink eggnog before I head out. Sounds solid. Sounds pretty solid. So Berlin says, hopefully my editing don't be a B. So you got a video you're trying to get up and you hung up on the editing. So your intentions today is to untangle that. I can dig it. The tech game can get you caught up. Leo, the friend, says you're going to try and work on my snowmobile. That or just stay in for the day because a snowstorm is happening where I live. Wow. So you got some winter weather. Maybe you need to get that snowmobile hooked up so that you can get out there in it. I don't know. Man, imagine living in a place where a snowmobile is appropriate. Ain't that something? So to clear up, Berlin was talking about the editing software. Okay. Leo says it's going to be 6 or 7 feet. Where are you, Antarctica? 6 or 7 feet of snow? That's insane. Meanwhile, we over here 70, 80 degrees. It's crazy. So CL Phantom Hive says going to be preparing for future plans on Spoon. Those are your intentions for the day. I hear you. All right. So Tree says that I'm in charge of dessert today, which I'm not a fan of. So everyone will get my best box Ghirardelli dark chocolate brownie mix. And you hope to be filming a lot today as well. Okay. Well, you can skip that whole part. Don't even do the brownie mix. Just go get you some Entenmann's. And all you got to do then is take it out the box. Oh, man. Welcome in, Alistair. Thanks for joining us this morning. Real quick note for everyone that's listening in. Retha is wishing everyone a happy, having a, let me read it right. Have a great weekend and a prosperous new year. A prosperous new year. Everyone, blessings and peace. That's from Retha over on YouTube. So Alistair says, you know what happens when you go from working the graveyard shift to having a night off? Man, that changeover is brutal, right? All right. See what we have here. So Brittany says, I'm going to work on affirmations. Those are your intentions for today. Working on some affirmations, claiming some positivity for yourself going forward. All right. So we are down to the last 5 minutes of the last morning journal session of 2021. And it's been awesome. Who'd have thunk it, right? 175. We've learned a lot over the course of these months together. Some of you have been here from close to the beginning. And some of you've seen some of these before, some of the questions that we've been going over. It's not your first time seeing them, but every time you answer them, I know personally I can recognize the growth that you've been experiencing. And I'm grateful that you are sharing so much of your journey here with me. You know, um, we spend a lot of time together, and I've gotten to know a lot about a lot of you. I've gotten to know a little about a lot of you and a lot about a few of you. And I'm grateful that you've been, so generous with your time and attention here with me at 6 o'clock in the morning, all these mornings. And if you are new, just so you know, we'll be back on Monday. We do this every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. Eastern time. So you can adjust for where you are in the world. I encourage you, If you're listening on the Spoon app, that's a great place to listen. You get a unique high definition audio experience there. If you're viewing on Facebook or YouTube or Twitch, you get to see the weird expressions that come across my face as I struggle to read the English language and make sense of the lack of punctuation that sometimes shows up in the request box. So you get to watch the struggle. Either way, however you are experiencing this, I hope that, hope that you'll come back again and that this is a worthwhile experience for you. Anna Banana, welcome in. Nice to have you. Last chance, if you just came in, let us know what your intentions are for today, and we'll get ready to get out of here. I gotta go find y'all know I gotta find my outro music. All right. Okay, here we go. Outro song coming. If I could find it. Okay, here it is. All right, y'all can get ready to spam my chat if you would like. Melly is here. Hi, Melly. Thanks for joining us. One last time, shout out to all the folks in the room right now as we close things out. We got Tree. Thank you so much for helping manage the stream and for all of your contribution to the conversation and all of your support for what we do here. I really appreciate you. Shout out to Val, Leo the friend, a new friend, and a banana caught the last couple minutes of the stream. Happy to see you once again. Shout out to Brittany Lucas. Brittany, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate your presence as a part of the community. Always value your input. We got Berlin, DT Dub TV here in the chat as well. Noble Ancient, Alexis Autumn Elf, Wham, Warrior, and DJ Prodigy are the folks listening on Spoon. Shout out to Daryl, my cousins Daryl and Delilah listening in, and Mom for listening in as well. Aunt Capone, of course, looking forward to hearing from you real soon. Y'all take care. Have a wonderful Friday and Happy New Year.